Hey, what's up guys? So we got a very special deck profile for you guys today. This is going to be Self-Destruct Final Countdown. It actually got first place at the Mango Warehouse Ogura store over in the OCG land. This deck is hilarious. And I love how he's actually playing Self-Destruct button in threes. So basically it has a tie condition. Maybe he wins game 1 and then he's just like, oh, let me just tie in game 2 and 3. I don't know what his plan is. But anyways, it's hilarious. I think this is a very funny trollsy deck. So if you're a troll player, you like to make your opponents cry when they play against you, I guess you're in luck because this deck is going to make people very sad. And I think it's hilarious that it got first place, beating Elemental Dragons. Man, those Elemental Dragons probably wish they played the Light and Darkness Dragon build. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. There is one card that we'll go over first real quick. I would say this is probably the only card I would say that a lot of you players might not be familiar with, because personally for me, I don't really know this card at all, but now I do. So this card, Curry Photon, it's a level 1 monster, but anyways, the level and the attack don't matter. But anyway, so it's during either player's turn, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and pay 2,000 life points. You take no damage to this turn, and if this card's in your graveyard and you control Photon, blah blah blah, you don't even use that effect. You don't play Photons in here. But anyways, so basically you pay 2,000 life, and it's like kind of like a battle fader. But paying life is not a bad thing to do in this deck. But next up we have triple Swift Scarecrow, triple battle fader, triple card D, double Maxx, 1 day at peace, 2 duality, 3 Upstart Goblins, 2 Final Countdowns, 3 Threatening Roar, 3 Hope for Escape, 3 Gift Card, 3 Self-Destruct Button, 3 Rainbow Life, 1 Wall of Revealing Light, which I thought was hilarious. This card is really old. And then we have the double Solemns. You know, paying your life is really good because there's a card called Hope for Escape, and there's also Self-Destruct Button. So this is kind of an interesting deck because the thing is, if he wins one game, what are you going to do in game 2? You can only hope to tie him, so I guess you could just say, I scoop, but, you know, depending on your tiebreakers, that, you know, factors into, you know, what placement you get. But this guy got first place, so apparently it doesn't really matter. And lastly, he only had one card in his side deck, which was another Maxx. I'm not sure what he sided out, but my guess would be maybe like Final Countdown or something, because it's all about the Self-Destruct button win. If you guys don't know what this card does, it basically ties. You don't win. It's not like one player takes the damage first, but yeah, it makes both players' life points 0, regardless of where they're at. But the difference, you can only activate this card when your life points are lower than your opponent's life points, and the difference is 7,000 points or more, which is insane. But, you know, since he's using Curry Photon, he's using Hope for Escape, Rainbow Life, Wall of Revealing Light, that's actually pretty easy. I mean, literally, you can just go Wall of Revealing Light, you know, I will, you know, activate it and pay 7,000 life. Oh, okay, Self-Destruct button. There you go. We tie. I think that it's so funny. Like, the fact that he's actually playing this, it makes me laugh so hard, because it's not like a Final Countdown. Well, it is kind of, it's technically a Final Countdown deck, but I love to see Self-Destruct button. I think that is a hilarious addition to the deck, just so your opponent is forced to tie. And because of the tiebreakers in Yu-Gi-Oh, sometimes it's actually better just to be like, okay, you know, I'll just scoop just so you can have a better chance at topping. Maybe that happened because, you know, they wanted this deck to top, and I think that's a hilarious thing that, you know, actually topped. But if you guys are looking to play a troll deck, the only thing that might be expensive, I'm pretty sure this card is probably like $1. Although now, look at that, 75 cents for high. But yeah, this card is probably not that expensive. The only card I would say is probably expensive in this, I mean, maybe these. I mean, Maxx technically got reprinted as card D, because he runs 3 of those. And that is probably a card that you probably want, because you don't really need your normal summon in this deck. In fact, he doesn't even have anything in his extra deck. I would at least put maybe a Gachi if your 2 card Ds get effect bailered. Maybe, I don't know. It would just be an option. But that said, another thing I wanted to mention was you cannot use Curry Photon if Macrocosm is on the field, because it has to go to the graveyard, and if there's no graveyard, Curry Photon becomes very sad. But let me just check. Yeah, okay, this one is a little bit different because you can just discard this card, so it doesn't have to hit the graveyard. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, very awesome, hilarious deck, and if you guys want to make some people very sad, there you go. You guys can play this. Please don't play this against me. Watch, it's going to be a curse. I'm going to only be matched up against players that play this, and I'll be very sad because the deck honestly is not very entertaining. Maybe once. Like the first time someone does this on you, you'll probably find it funny, although you'll probably be angry because they've wasted, like, you know, half an hour because this deck, you can't attack it ever because this doesn't allow you to attack, this doesn't. Well, you can technically, this one actually negates that attack and then it ends the battle phase. Which card can you still attack? Oh, well, I'm thinking of Waboku. Under the effects of Waboku. Well, actually this one, okay, you can still technically attack, but you deal no damage. But that actually makes a difference because some decks, like for example Gladiator Beasts, activate their effects when they tag out. But yeah, you can pretty much never really attack this deck. It's just a very annoying thing to deal with. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this random deck profile. I thought it was hilarious, and I'd share it with you guys. But anyways, thanks for watching. Ageis signing out.